This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday. Happy April Fool's Day.
Yes.
Anyone get scared this morning? Get fooled?
I didn't. It was just me and my barber this morning. So, yeah. So
He didn't play a prank on you? Like he said, oh my God, I took too much hair off.
That would be a good one.
That would actually be really good. Yeah, no, he didn't do that. Shout out to Caesar. What
You
about
could
you?
have done the noise.
Oh my gosh,
Would've been
yes.
good.
That would have been good.
You said
That'd be good to do a montage if you were a barber, to have like just a fake pair of clippers that made that noise and just get everybody's face. That would be great.
I've seen people do that with a mobile phone that plays the noise and they go, "Zzzz." That's a good one, and people really freak.
Good one.
Did you ever see the one, I don't know, we're just off on Instagram videos, where they fake like they did their eyebrows like pencil thin?
Oh my
it's
God.
super funny. I don't know. It's
No, I want to see that.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I like that we're talking about stuff that we don't have video for. Great. All right, let's get to some
You
other
did
stuff.
this.
Because they look ridiculous. Anyways, let's talk about yesterday, because it was Easter and many celebrities shared how they celebrated the holiday. So the Beckhams spent the day soaking up the sun on a $20 million mega yacht in Miami.
Too perfect.
Life's tough, huh? Like, some people just win the lottery in life. And throw on some bunny ears just to make it look like you're just like us. And the Kardashians had a lavish Easter bash. Everyone received a giant chocolate egg with their names on them.
That's terrifying. I don't know why. It doesn't seem Eastery to me.
How much was consumed, do you think?
I would say zero.
Less than 1%.
Yes, that was directly. Whoever made that put it right back on the card and took it back home.
It was just for the gram.
Just for show.
for
For the gram.
For sure.
Of course, the tables were very decorated, and there seemed to be a tea
Cute.
party.
That looks lovely.
That's beautiful.
Again, I'll show. Kris Jenner gave everyone matching pajamas, and most of the kids were in attendance for the celebration. Now that's what it's all about, right there, right?
There it is. Family and making things. Look at them. They're
That's
actually making
cute.
things. Good.
I like that. I like their little aprons too. Speaking of kids, father of 12, Nick Cannon was a busy bunny. He posed for pictures in a bunny costume with all of his kids. He went to go see all 12 of them.
I'm not even trying to be funny. How long did that take? I wonder how,
That must have been
how
all
far
day.
apart they are, and then how do you logically make it to each one in time? That's
Good
a
for
lot.
him.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people give him flack for having 12 children with different moms, but he seems to show up.
It seems like
putting in
it's
the
working.
effort.
You don't see any quotes on TMZ about an upset mother. It seems
You
like
actually don't.
everybody.
doing it.
Look, whatever works in your home.
Yeah.
Right.
God bless you, and it looks like it's working.
Yeah.
So shout
All right,
out.
Go.
Good on Cannon. And across the pond, many were happy to see King Charles attend Easter service. So in February, he revealed he had cancer, and yesterday a royal fan shook his hand, telling him to get well soon, and he responded with, "I'm doing my best." He looks old enough to run for U.S. president.
I will say this: I'm not obviously not making a joke at all, but if you have cancer, should you be shaking a lot of hands? As I'm sure you might be immunocompromised because of what you're.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I'm not trying to be a bummer, but I would think that'd be the last thing is face to face.
It's really smart, Al.
Yeah,
Obviously, you're only just getting over cold and flu season, really,
Right.
aren't we? So
Right.
that's really smart.
It's a lot of
yeah.
hands.
I'm sure there's a lot of disinfectant in that royal cart the minute he
I'm
gets in, like
sure.
spraying him down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like
and-
your biomed degrees paying off.
There. Thank you. As I pay
Wow.
back
April
breaking
Fool's Day
student
shot.
loans.
Yeah.
No, that was a good one.
All right, and finally, Kate Middleton and Prince William were not in attendance as Kate continues to battle cancer herself. So, yeah, it's sad that they weren't there, but she was supposed to give an announcement, right, on Easter?
Well, I think
a soft opening?
Initially, the palace said that back, obviously, when we found out she was having her surgery, initially at the start of the year, that she would be back and performing her royal duties, which would have been being at the Easter service and, like Charles, talking to everybody. But that was before we knew she had cancer. So if we remember, when she had her abdominal surgery, we didn't actually know that she had cancer. She found out after that surgery. So I think they're just taking some more time at home with the kids, which is
Yeah, I don't blame her at
understandable.
all,
Good for
obviously.
her. Yeah.
What'd you guys do for Easter?
We did what most families do. We did the Easter egg hunt in the morning. We did the baskets.
Well, you seem like so surprised I asked that
Yes.
question. Sam.
I forgot. So we did the baskets.
We're on a show.
The
Yeah.
annual baskets on the floor celebration.
I made pancakes shaped like bunnies.
That's brilliant.
pancake?
I would
That's
go
a
for
Get something else on
pancake.
that plate.
What?
There's just one pancake.
That's
Eggs
okay.
in there?
That looks like the zoo.
And then we went to the zoo. It was so much fun. It was really cute.
Aw.
Yep. All right. What'd you do, Jeff?
I just, you know what, Lawson wasn't feeling great over the week. Again, speaking of being sick, it's just never ending.
Oh, the kids.
But he's
like
coming out of it, so we didn't do the traditional stuff, but we did have the kids run around. They got their Easter baskets in the morning. And then this was our neighbor's house a little later in the day with all the neighborhood kids. So
Such a good community.
yeah, it's so great, so great.
Do you know what
so
I
there's
love
Leighton
about
right
this
there.
video, Jeff? Is we just showed celebrities and their kids on a $20 million
Yes, thank you.
Miami yacht, and it's a great photo op. It'll be a better photo op than what we just saw of your family. But who had more fun? Those kids on that yacht,
They look
or those kids in that
they literally, I
cul-de-sac?
want to be a kid running around the car.
Yes,
getting
that looks so.
nothing.
That's like
I wish that was me.
It looked like how real folks have a good
Right.
time, and it was really that's really
And
cool.
a couple
man.
of the eggs, they put grasshoppers in there because there's grasshoppers everywhere. So when they opened them, they got scared. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
That's cute.
What'd you do, Steph?
I was skiing. I am without child. So
Living your best life.
That looks like a brochure to come
I
visit.
know.
It
I-
does.
and
Best
I
life.
followed up with a bit of champagne. There we go.
All right, just in the Easter tradition.
you do anything?
Ski and get hammered.
Oh, what'd you do?
I did nothing. I reef-patted the foam in my studio.
You what?
I have a studio, and
Yeah, I've been in it.
I put foam in there.
Oh.
It took
It
all
was the
day.
set, yes. And
Happy Easter, buddy.
And I registered a publishing company.
Oh, amazing.
I'm like an old man. I was doing an Excel spreadsheet and just.
You registered a publishing company?
Yes,
you
I
could
do.
publish Tori's book she's working on.
It's for music and comedy, but yes.
Oh, sorry.
Not the
Neither of
Tory
those-
showman is
Yes.
what he's saying, basically.
He doesn't want that smoke.
But yeah, it was good. It was good to have a day. I did talk to my mom. Obviously, she's in South Carolina. I was like, "What are you and Montez doing?"
I love her.
Yes, her and Tez. They went to a truck farm.
What?
And I didn't know what a South Carolina truck farm is, and it's really old school. It's like a real farm where they got the name where they grow the vegetables and they put them on a truck and go. So they call it a truck farm, and they had a real farm-to-table breakfast
That's really
at a
nice.
real farm, not a dude ranch farm like
That is
a farm.
so
yeah,
cute.
That is
shout out,
lovely.
yeah.
That's your mom living her best
My
life.
mom found her. I always say Montez is like not even a real person. He is like a Southern gentleman from like a Hallmark movie. He's like,
so
yeah.
cute.
I've told this. I think we have a second. We got 30 seconds. I can tell the story. When my mom got married to Tez, they got married in a park, like in this really cool park in South Carolina. And my mom running around left her veil. And so she went back to get it from the house, and I asked Montez, I was like, "Where's my mom?" And he goes, "That's not for me to discuss." Because he wouldn't even like throw my mom under the bus.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of people, "Oh, you know your mom." She left her veil."
Yep.
He was
Yep.
like, "We
That
good?
is so
We're good over
classy.
here." He's just like,
That
it's
is
like
so
the most classy man I've ever met in my entire life. He's like a real life
so
raincoat over
classy.
the puddle guy.
Oh, wow.
So
You'd
yeah,
Be like
he's-
a Jordan.
I would have
left.
grabbed the microphone and be like, "Excuse me, we're all waiting because my wife forgot her veil." I would throw her right under the bus.
Yeah.
I need to take some tips from Montez. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with the lead singer of the Beach Boys, Mike Love. It doesn't get much cooler than that.
I know.
He's talking all about joining this year's Stagecoach lineup and Lizzo. And did Lizzo really announce she's leaving the music industry? What? We're going to talk about it next. Nice. Lizzo has seemingly announced that she is done with the music industry. So last Thursday, she participated in President Biden's fundraiser, and the next day she expressed her feelings on Instagram about how she's being treated. So in her post, she writes, this is a little startling. She writes, I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views. She ended the post with saying, I didn't sign up for this bleep. I quit. All right, so Lizzo is currently facing multiple lawsuits, if you remember, one from a former backup dancer and another from a former employee. The lawsuits claim Lizzo created a hostile work environment and allowed bullying, harassment, and racial discrimination on her tour. So do you think she wrote, I quit, like, meaning maybe Instagram, or I'm done with all this bowling, or quitting the music industry?
I would be surprised if she's quitting the music industry, because the day before, if you look at her Instagram, on March 17th, she wrote, I'm writing some of the best music. I'm so excited for y'all to hear. Then the following day, after she got pushback for, listen, she can't win. She wanted to perform for 3 different presidents. She herself is a progressive, is a Democrat, and she, the next day, the people that she thought are in alignment with her ideology were calling her a sellout because they thought that she should have been with the pro-Palestine people. So she just can't win, and that's not fair. Like, let her do her.
So now performers need to check with their bookers. Political leanings.
That's what I don't like.
This is where we are, Steph. And you know what, Jeff? You asked if she was like, I quit. What does that mean? Instagram? I hope it means music. Really? I hope she does.
No, I hope
I
not.
do. It's because for her mental health. Because it's horrible to be a celebrity now. You imagine being a celebrity in 1988, Stevie Wonder, Johnny Carson. Used to get to show up and people hate you. Now, there are entire corners of our economic structure that are set up to attack you. They'll go after your looks. They'll go after what you said. They'll find something you said 15 years ago. They'll find the interview that asked you the question. They'll go after them. The internet is 99% haters.
Yeah.
And to be
it's
famous
not just the
now,
internet, though. It's, you know, she is.
Yes, people that she tried to give a voice to as heavier set backup dancers. Well, a position that did not exist before her.
True.
And she put a lot of people out there, and it just seems like, I don't know.
I agree with you, but just to be very crystal clear for our viewers, that the 2 employees did not like the fact that after they danced with her, and this is where the lines get blurred when you're a performer and a boss. So I think Lizzo, to take Lizzo's side here, and then I'll take their side, but to take Lizzo's side, she thought, okay, we just performed on stage, we have this high, let's go to a strip club and let's let our hair done, and you know, you have so much adrenaline, let's have some fun. And apparently drinks were had, and she told, you know, some of those backup dancers to get in there and smack that beep, and some of the backup dancers had fun, and apparently 2 of the backup dancers thought that that line was crossed. I see where Lizzo's coming from. I also see where those backup dancers are coming from. I don't know if they're being litigious. I don't know if they authentically were offended. If they were, then they have every right to be like, yo, that's my boss. But I also think as an artist and a boss, that's a really hard position to be in.
What do you think, Steph?
I don't want to comment on the lawsuit until we know the answer, because we've seen that so many times.
Yeah.
You cast a stone and then we are so shocked at the outcome. So I would rather not comment on that personally. But I think, you know, we saw it with Doja Cat as well. And we saw it with older celebrities like Britney Spears that ended up shaving her head because the pressure was so great and like it's constant. Yeah. And Doja Cat did the same. There's a reason she shaved off her eyebrows and shaved her head. She said, I'm sick of people coming at me, commenting on my looks, how I am, what I'm doing, what I'm performing at. I'm done. And obviously she did come back. We've seen her since. I don't think Lizzo's going to hang up her cape and be like, we're never going to see that gorgeous flute again.
I'll just say this. If Lizzo had gone out in Amsterdam and it consistently left her background dancers in the hotel, they would be complaining about that too. They would be like, we're being ostracized. She's mean to us on tour.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we'll be right back.
Twins, welcome back. They were one of the most successful American bands in history. And this year, when the Beach Boys perform at Stagecoach, we'll get to see what happens when Kokomo goes country. Earlier, we spoke with band leader Mike Love. Take a look. Please welcome to the show, Mike Love.
Hey, hi everybody.
Wow.
Legend.
Hello, it's a pleasure to have you here. So the Beach Boys.
My pleasure.
Yeah, the pleasure's all
Doing the Daily Blast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Beach Boys are performing at Stagecoach, which is country's music's biggest festival. So the question is, are you going to trade in your signature ball cap for a cowboy hat?
You know, I have on occasion worn a Stetson, so I would be opposed to it. But, you know, I've got my cap on. It says Club Kokomo Spirits.
Nice.
And, you know, having to do with our,
Of course.
our rum drinks and stuff. So, you know, I gotta promote.
I love that song. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda. Okay, all right. You mentioned Kokomo. Well, there are many artists performing at Stagecoach, like Miranda Lambert and Eric Church. Who are you most excited to hang out with?
I don't know. I just love all kinds of music. So I'm jazz. In fact, speaking of jazz, 3 nights before Stagecoach, we're going to be at the New Orleans Jazz Festival.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're getting around, so to speak.
I like it. I like it. Jazz Fest is big. That's awesome. Now, I have to ask you about this because legend has it there was a time where the Beach Boys met the Beatles. Like, please walk us through that. Like, how'd you guys meet?
Well, actually, we were fans of each other's, you know, endeavors, and we flew up to Portland. We were friends with the guy who ran the station, and we were backstage talking, and we talked about girls and cars.
Nice.
What else? Anyway, but John Lennon, I remember him saying, well, my voice is out, so when we get to this part, shake your heads, and the girls will scream, and nobody will care.
Hysterical. Oh, man. So which Beatle did you vibe with most? Are you a Ringo?
Huh?
I say George Harrison because he and I are both Pisces. We both had our birthdays at Maharishi's place in India in early 1968. He on February 25th, I on March 15th. So we're both Pisces.
Sure.
So I wrote a song when he passed away called Pisces Brothers, reminiscing of those times.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
Cool.
Mike, I have a million questions. I bet you
know.
have stories for days, But you've been touring for decades, and you say there is nothing like performing live. So what's the craziest experience, if you could pick one out of the many performances you had on stage?
I gotta find a new place where the kids are hip.
Well, other than the time that Dennis and I streaked across the stage and wore each other's clothes. Other than that, I think the freakiest time I can imagine is Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
We met him at a club.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met him in a club, and he apologized for saying we never have to listen to surf music again. But he was the most incredible guitar player. But we had a great guitar player in our group for a few months when my cousin Brian decided to leave the touring group. His name was Glenn Campbell.
Yes,
Right.
it was.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Oh.
And he was a country guy, so we have some roots. We have some roots.
I thought you were going to drop a John Stamos in there.
Oh, there's some in there, too.
As a matter of fact, he'd be upset if I didn't. So yeah, John is going to play with us at the New Orleans Jazz Fest and at Stagecoach.
So cool.
Amazing.
That is
He is a cutie. Now, your singing career started with you performing at family get-togethers and holiday gatherings with your cousin. Some might know him, Brian Wilson, I don't know. Do you still sing at family events, or has another family member maybe taken over the role?
My son Christian sings with us, and we did a Christmas album together along with his sister, and his younger brother, Brian. And so, yeah, we still do a family kind of a thing. It's very much family oriented. We started, I would say that Christmas caroling around the neighborhood was the start of the Beach Boys.
Wow. Wow.
Christmas caroling around the neighborhood.
Started.
I know.
What a life.
I know.
I thought I lived like a semi-charmed life.
No.
You're in St. Bart's, you're a Beach
Yeah,
Boy, you met
right.
Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, Jesse from the Rippers.
Yes, yes.
We love it. Thank you so much for the good vibrations, Mike. We appreciate you. DBL Nation, do not miss the Beach Boys on the Endless Summer Gold Tour this year, including their show at the massive Stagecoach Festival on April 28th. Get your tickets at thebeachboys.com. Thank you again.
What an
Congratulations. Such an honor. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. If life is stressing you out, you might want to head to the sauna. When you get stressed, a hormone called cortisol is released, but according to a new study, saunas can reduce that stress hormone by as much as 40%. That's my answer.
Yes.
Stressing,
I like,
de-stressing.
but your sauna is unique in the sense that it's a dry sauna.
It's a dry sauna, right. It's infrared is the technical term.
So do you get sweaty?
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
you do.
But what I do first is I work out first, and that's the last thing I do, so I go in there already warmed up. And then I have a chance to warm the sauna up as well.
Wow.
Now there's like little infrared spas that you could just go to and rent them out for the day.
Right, yeah, I had a sauna. Loved it. It was very relaxing. Where was it when I needed it? Steph, do you have a sauna?
No, I was
feel
saying
like
to Jeff,
you were built for a sauna.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. Anything self-care and wellness, I'm like Gwyneth Paltrow.
But then you're going to have a new blowout every day. That's why
That's the only thing. It is a bit of an
I
effort.
know, because you said you get real sweaty.
You do.
So then I have to have a blowout every day?
Well, it's like a pool, Sam. It's wet in there. Another way to reduce your stress level is calling Jacuzzi. If you want to start your bathroom remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. Call 800-996-0017 or visit jacuzzibathremodel.com.
Yes, I never thought about like all the issues women have with their hair. Where like you have to think like this is gonna be great, but my hair.
It's true. Can't just
Good stuff. Good stuff today.